Let me start with a question. How many of you have heard the phrase, "Boys don't cry"? It's a sentence packed with expectation, isn't it? A quiet command: hide your pain, bury your fear, swallow your grief. Today, we're going to unpack that phrase. Why are men often told to silence their emotions? What does it cost us, as individuals, as families, as a society, when we equate strength with stoicism? And how do we rewrite this script? The roots of silence. Why vulnerability is discouraged. Let's rewind. For centuries, men were cast as providers, protectors, and pillars of stability. Emotions, those were seen as messy, unpredictable, and unmanly. This wasn't just about tradition, it was survival. In a world of physical labor and wars, showing vulnerability could mean literal danger. But today, we're not fighting lions or marauding armies. We're navigating jobs, relationships, mental health, battles where emotional resilience matters more than physical grit. Yet the old scripts persist. Boys learn early, don't be a crybaby. Man up, take it like a champ. These phrases aren't just words, they're lessons. Lessons that sadness is weakness, fear is shameful, and needing help is failure. Media reinforces this. Think of action heroes, stoic, solitary, solving problems with fists, not feelings. Even well-meaning parents often praise sons for toughing it out while comforting daughters. The message: your emotions are a liability. The cost of the mask, when silence becomes suffering. But here's the truth, suppressing emotions doesn't make them disappear. It turns them into silent grenades. Studies show men who avoid vulnerability are more prone to anger, addiction, and isolation. Physically, chronic emotional suppression weakens the immune system, spikes blood pressure, and shortens lifespans. Mentally, it's a trap. Men account for 75% of suicide deaths in many countries. Think about that. 3 out of 4 lives lost, not because men feel less, but because they've been taught they have nowhere to put those feelings. And what about relationships? Love, friendship, parenting, these thrive on empathy and connection. But if you've spent years locking away your emotions, how do you share them? How do you say, "I'm struggling," or "I need you," when you've been trained to see that as defeat? The result? A loneliness epidemic, partners who feel shut out, children who learn the same harmful patterns. Paths to healthier self-awareness. So how do we change this? Redefine strength. Strength isn't a lack of fear, it's facing fear. Courage isn't the absence of pain, it's acknowledging it. Let's celebrate men who lead with empathy. The father who says, "I'm overwhelmed," the friend who admits, "I'm not okay," the colleague who asks for help. That's real courage. Teach emotional literacy, early. Imagine if boys learned to name emotions as easily as they learn to throw a ball. I'm frustrated, I'm scared, I need support. These are life skills, not weaknesses. Schools and families can normalize emotional check-ins. Role-play scenarios. Praise boys for honesty, not just toughness. Create safe spaces. Men need environments where vulnerability isn't mocked but met with compassion. Support groups, therapy, even casual, buddy checks, with friends, "How are you, really?" can dismantle isolation. Companies can foster this by promoting mental health days without stigma. Amplify new role models. Thankfully, change is rising. Athletes like Kevin Love speaking about panic attacks. Celebrities like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson discussing depression. These stories matter. They prove vulnerability and strength coexist. Embrace the both and. You can be resilient and tender, ambitious and compassionate, a protector and someone who needs protection. Emotions aren't binary, they're human. The power of permission. I'll leave you with this. The phrase, "Boys don't cry," isn't just a lie, it's a theft. It steals the right to heal, to connect, to grow. So let's replace it with a new mantra. Asterisk, it's okay to feel. Asterisk. To the men here, you are not less of a man for having emotions, you're more of a human. To everyone else, when a boy or man shares his vulnerability, meet it not with judgment, but with gratitude. That's how we break cycles. Change begins when we grant ourselves and others a simple permission slip. You're allowed. Allowed to cry, to speak, to ask for help. Because a world where men don't have to hide their hearts isn't just a healthier world, it's a kinder, braver, more alive one. Thank you.